Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. Is something new happening regarding XRP price action, something that didn't happen the last two market cycles? Well, there's one popular chart analyst who kind of ponders just that. And so I'll tell you at the outset, his conviction ultimately is still that XRP very easily, this market cycle, can hit damn near 30 bucks. But there's a possibility, and I'll get into it, just let me get there in due course. There's a possibility that something could be happening in the charts that we just hadn't quite seen before. But before going any further, I do want to be clear. I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Now, I haven't highlighted the number of new accounts activated on the XRP ledger on this channel in a little while. I can't remember the last time that I did it, but I want to make a point with this because there are some people who are just frankly outright XRP haters, some people with XRP derangement syndrome who seem to believe, or at least they publicly state they believe, that XRP not going to hit a new all-time high. It's a dinosaur coin. It's not going anywhere. It deserves no place in anyone's portfolio. Well, the good news is that people on the whole in the world of crypto do not agree with that sentiment, as evidenced by the fact that XRP is number 6 in market cap and has always been in the top 10 coins by market cap for over a decade, its entire existence. So there's that. So maybe the the opinion of the entire crypto space might be a little bit more important to consider than just these individual trolls. But here's another metric. Just looking at the number of new wallets activated. It's been trending up as the market's been getting hotter. This is what you want to see. If this was some sort of dino chain that's just dying and falling apart, you would not see this. So if you go back to February 1st, you can see that there's called about 1,500 new accounts created. And you can see there's just been a slow trend up, and it peaked most recently on March 15th, over 4,000 new accounts created. So from averaging roughly 1,500 new accounts at the beginning of March, a little over a month and a half ago, from 1,500 to over 4,000 accounts in a single day. Now, as the market's been sliding the last few days, it's not surprising to see it's come down a little bit, but it's still higher. I mean, the last full day of data we have was March 19th. There are still 2,363 new accounts created. And this is after a pullback where people are less excited to purchase stuff. XRP ain't dead, folks. It's just one metric, but there are a lot of metrics you can look at, and I've been highlighting a ton of them as time is ticking on by here on this channel. No, XRP is participating in this market action. I know it hasn't had the first major blast off, finally getting above a dollar, for example. I understand that hasn't happened. We don't choose when it goes, but it just is completely absurd, in my humble opinion, to think that we're not going to ultimately get that. And there's still plenty of time to go, frankly. Here's a post, in fact, from Ki-Young Zhu. He is the founder and CEO at CryptoQuant. And he shared 3 things. Number 1, Bitcoin market shows short-term overheating. Number 2, not the cyclical top yet. Retail investors have not fully entered the market, and ETF demand needs monitoring. 3, undergoing correction. $51,000, talking Bitcoin, of course, if max drawdown of 30%, new whales, ETF buyers, entered at $56,000 on average. And so we haven't seen a 30% drawdown, but historically that's normal. So if it does go down to that, I will be backing up the truck and buying more because I agree with what he's stating right there. This is not the moment where we're seeing top indicators. That'd be way too soon. I do not believe for a moment that is happening personally. But it's also worth noting, and I mentioned this in the last video, so I won't belabor the point, but the several pullbacks that we've seen since the bear market bottom towards the end of 2022, they've only been a little over 20%. So it's not that you can't see a greater one. It's not that it can't get closer to 30%. There's historical precedent for that. I'm just noting that for this market cycle, as things have been heating up for over a year now, we haven't seen that. So if you figure we get somewhere in the neighborhood of a 20% pullback, that might be it. Well, no, we don't know for sure, but it would be reasonable to suppose that might be it. Either way, suffice it to say, this thing ain't over. So the fact that XRP hasn't popped off yet, and it had its first dramatic move, which we saw a couple major moves of each of the last 2 market cycles, the fact that it hasn't happened yet shouldn't be terribly surprising. That shouldn't be something that's alarming at this particular moment in time. Here's a post from another popular analyst, Tech Dev, 440,000 followers on X, and he wrote the following. A lot can happen from here, especially in altcoins. And this on your screen is a chart of the crypto total market cap, excluding the top 10 coins by market cap. And you can see what he's highlighting here, this circle right here. This is the moment in time where we are. And last time we were in this particular moment, last market cycle, he's calling it January 4th, 2021, over 3 years ago. Look at what happened afterwards. And again, this is all of crypto, excluding the top 10 coins by market cap. Massive move to the upside. Massive, massive, massive move to the upside. And this is why I've seen analysts call for way bigger numbers. In fact, there's one analyst in particular who is saying if you consider just this exact chart, actually, crypto total market cap excluding the top 10, wouldn't be surprised to see, like triple what it was last market cycle, if not more than that. So what we'll see, but either way, in terms of structurally where we are, the best is yet to come. That's what's most probable here. That would be my guess here. There is this post from chart analyst Jelly who said, if your portfolio is down from the highs, you're not alone. My portfolio is down about 13% too. I'm not worried. It's all part of the strategy. Just another speed bump on the road to higher prices. Hold steady. Yeah, and so I thought I'd highlight this just because it feels bad when your net worth goes down, especially if you put real money into crypto, and I get that. So I just want to say I relate. I get it. I don't get stressed about it, but I understand why people do. And I have a very serious amount of my net worth in crypto right now. But I just know that the volatility is to be expected, and I let the logic, data, and reason override that so the emotions just don't hit me. They just don't. I've been in this too long. They just don't. But I will certainly acknowledge, of course, I'm there with the rest of you. I have broad exposure to the crypto asset class, and my net worth is down substantially over the last however many days XRP, or not XRP, well, in part XRP, but the entire crypto asset class has been moving to the downside, led by Bitcoin, of course. Not sweating bullets. In fact, I talked about it in my last video. I bought a bunch more stuff because I have new money. I earned new money. I got enticed to buy stuff, go a little bit further on the risk curve than I normally would, because why the hell not? The money's got to go somewhere, right? But no, this is just part of what it is to be in crypto. So don't stress about it. Like broadly speaking, I mean, unless you're sincerely over leveraged and you don't know what the hell you're doing, in which case, okay, well, don't do that. Maybe make sure you understand what you're getting yourself into and don't put in money that you're not willing to lose in case you're actually wrong about all of this. But this is just par for the course. Net worth goes down, net worth goes up. The trend is up over the long haul. Over the longer period of time, it's up. That's why this works. That's why I'm not worried about making money off of literally every single coin I've ever put money in. In the end, it's not going to frickin' matter. Either I'm right on my bet on the whole or not. And I believe what I believe. I think I'm right. Just in the general sense, crypto asset class, much bigger. Having broad exposure makes a lot of sense. Here's a post from chart analyst Joe Matoshi talking about XRP. This is an XRP price chart in USD. We are at pivot week for XRP price movements. In terms of Ichimoku, is a little shaky due to the recent price movements, but as long as the price holds 57 cents, it should be good to move. Remember, the longer the suppression, the more explosive the movement is. And so look, I don't know what the price is by the time you're watching this, but at the time I'm recording this video, we have not seen XRP break below 57 cents. It's hit 57 cents, but we haven't seen it break below that. And the only reason it's gotten that low is because Bitcoin has continued to move to the downside. The asset class moves in tandem. But as far as what he's saying here, the longer the suppression, the more explosive the movement is. Yeah. The wider the base, the higher in space. I'm sure you've heard that before, right? Well, XRP has been coiling up for over 6 years. So when this damn thing goes, I'm fully anticipating face melting. There's going to be face goo all over the planet. It's going to look like little piles of vomit. It's going to be disgusting. Can't wait for it. It's going to be fantastic. Here's what chart analyst E. Greg Crypto had to say. Very optimistic that you're going to be seeing a very high-priced XRP by the time this is all said and done this market cycle. Here's an XRP price chart on your screen, and he wrote the following. XRP, is this similar to 2017 Or are we witnessing something new? The historical data reveals two crosses between the yellow line, which is the 20 SMA, and the blue line, which is the 50 SMA. And so then he has three separate points before proceeding, A, B, and C. So A, if this resembles cycle A, and I'll pause and note here, cycle A, right here, this would be in 2016 and 2017. And he's highlighting specifically 49 bars, 350 days. And so he says, if this resembles cycle A, then we could expect a rapid and aggressive price surge akin to a rocket ship style pump. And so, folks, I would not be surprised to see that. Even if it comes in more than one wave, which I'm actually kind of more so expecting that makes sense. Lots of historic precedent for that. B, he writes, B, however, if this aligns more with cycle B, and so that would be 2020 and 2021, 224 days on the chart there. If this aligns more with cycle B, then we have likely surpassed that scenario, as there are no evident similarities in the patterns between the 20 SMA and 50 SMA. C, alternatively, this might be something entirely new and unexpected. And so that's fair enough as far as I'm concerned, because like I've said many times, it's not the case that history literally repeats, kind of rhymes with itself. And so sometimes I word it as history repeats, and I think that, it's okay because there's a sufficient understanding that not literally every single thing is going to be exactly the same down to the most minute detail. But yeah, sometimes certain things that are notable are a little off. And I'm not talking about the famous last words, this time is different, because it's never exactly the same. But anyway, then he says, I firmly believe that this cycle mirrors cycle A. So again, that would be 2016, 2017. You know what happened, the biggest face melt rally for XRP in history. So he says he firmly believes this cycle mirrors cycle A, but amplified by a factor of 10x. For example, price levels in cycle A multiplied by 10 would equate to 7 cents in cycle A becoming 70 cents in this cycle. So my target is still $27, which is 10x of A. And so I don't pretend to know where XRP will peak. I don't know if it's going to get up to $27, assuming we're right and it does hit price discovery. But I don't think that sounds crazy. You get much higher than that, I'm going to start to be like, losing confidence on that. I mean, well, technically with each penny higher, I'd be more in that direction because that's only logical. But for the people that have strong conviction that it's getting to the range, yeah. I mean, Credible Crypto, even just the other day, and I mentioned this in a recent video, he's talking about $20 XRP. So fine, 27's higher than, I get it, that number is higher. But those are extreme compared to where we are right now. And it seems impossible until one day it finally just happens. That's what it's like to be in crypto. That's been my experience for over 6 years. And you don't know when it's going to happen. And the days like that are few and far between where you get those major moves to the upside, which is why when we have them, I always encourage people to just enjoy them. Don't let anybody tell you shouldn't be enjoying it because it's not enough. That's stupid. But we just have to sit back. We are so close. We've never been so close. And with XRP having legal clarity, man, I firmly believe the best is yet ahead. And I don't know how high XRP is going to go, and I don't make price predictions because I'm not a chart guy, and it would just be disingenuous if I did it. But yes, directionally, I have my conviction for many, many, many reasons I've been articulating on this channel for over half a decade. I believe it's going to happen. I think the idea of it not happening is completely absurd to me. Unless you think that we're not going to have an actual alt season or Black Swan event happens, okay, fine. Outside of that, no, it's happening. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.